Hi, so we're going to take a look at this word problem about Madeline and her favorite book. So Madeline read 2/3 of her favorite book on the car ride to her grandparents' house. If the book had 225 pages, how many pages of the book has she read? That's a good question. We're going to zoom back.
Your observation.
I would say
That's a good question.
that so we need to figure this out. So we have a book that is 225 pages, and she has read 2/3 of 225. Alright, so now, gotta think about stuff here. How am I gonna break 225 into thirds? I guess I'm gonna have to do some division here, which is weird because it's a multiplication problem. Because I mean, I could just double 225 and say, oh, she read 450 thirds of pages. But that doesn't sound reasonable at all. I mean, that is the answer, but it's not the best answer that we can come up with. So 2/3 of 225. I'll give you a little, here, this is a side note, but it's actually very, very, very useful. There's all sorts of ways to tell how a number is divisible with another number. So like looking at 225, do you know if that is divisible by 3 or not? Like, can you get 3 equal parts? And I know it is divisible by 3, and there's a reason I know it is divisible by 3. So any number in the world that you take and you add up the digits, if those digits are a multiple of 3, like added together, then the whole number is a multiple of 3, which is cool. So if we look at this, this is 2 plus 2 plus 5. So 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 5 is 9. 9 is a multiple of 3. That means that 3 goes into here equally. So I'm going to go ahead and do, let's see, what division do I like for this problem? I always like the partial quotients or whatever, the big 7, sometimes they call it. So if I have 225 here and 3, let me think of my 10s and groupings of 10s. That would get me close, maybe 70 right off the bat. So if I did 3 times 70, that's going to give me 210. When I do my subtraction, 5 minus 0 is 5, 2 minus 1 is 1, 2 minus 2 is 0. And that gives me 15. And I know right there that 3 times 5 is going to give me 15. 0, so that means 1/3. Oh, sorry about that. I had to move myself. So 1/3 of 225, 1/3 of it, so divide them in 3 is 75. So that means I need to double 75 to get me 2/3, and double 75 is 150. So 75 times 2 equals 150. And if you can't do it just in your head like that, you can split this up, and you can see that 70 times 2 plus 5 times 2. And that's going to give you 140 plus 10, which gives you 150. I think, though, being in the fifth grade, your life will be a lot easier if you could double in your head any number.